She never told me the truth about what happened that evening. Not once. Thousands of people watched on stream as Jim Jones broke live at that precise moment. His eyes red, his voice trembling, uncensored. Furthermore, this isn't a hip-hop or love scene. This treachery, which happened in real life, suddenly went viral in front of the whole internet. What actually transpired between Cameron and Chrissy, then? And why, after years of silence, is Jim now bringing up that night? Because Jim claims that the betrayal was political, personal, and possibly premeditated in addition to being amorous. This is where things start to get messy. According to reports, Jim's own son supports the narrative by saying he heard rumors about Chrissy and Cam back when he was younger. What sort of adult woman does the mess become that bad? And here's the thing. An anonymous voicemail was published shortly after Jim's podcast. Meltdown became viral. The voice also sounds a lot like Cameron if you pay close attention. It's more than simply drama. With receipts, treachery, and a body count of betrayed trust, this is a full-fledged scandal. And believe me, this is only the start. What just transpired in the realm of hip-hop drama will astound you. And no, you haven't heard the same old rumors or recycled beef 100 times. This is new, untidy, and almost explosive. The sort of controversy that brings up long-forgotten secrets, strained allegiances, and causes even the most casual followers to pause and wonder, wait, what? It all began when Jim the Jim Jones really lost it during a live podcast. Not a few edited YouTube video. But it was presented live to thousands of viewers who were expecting the typical banter rather than this full-blown breakdown. After that night with Cameron, she betrayed me. And I can't forgive her, Jim yelled, his voice breaking and his eyes wide. If you believe that the rumored past of Chrissy Lannon and Cameron was merely tabloid gossip, you have to go back a few years to see why Jim is so enraged. Chrissy Lampkin, known for her fiery personality on Love and Hip Hop, has always been no stranger to controversy, but when you add Cameron, the legendary Harlem rapper with a past as colorful as his pink polo shirts, that's a recipe for fans, and insiders have long wondered why Jim Jones has never publicly addressed the chaos that has been going on between Chrissy and Cameron behind closed doors. A secret they managed to keep under wraps despite the constant spotlight. And it's not just any denial that's missing. Sources close to the Dipset crew claim that Jim was quiet because the betrayal was deeper than anyone could have imagined, involving family, business dealings, and even Cameron's close circle. Here's the kicker. Jim's own son recently came to light in the drama. According to an anonymous tip we received, the young Jones allegedly overheard conversations about that night years ago. According to the son, Chrissy's affair with Cameron wasn't a one-time error. It was part of a larger betrayal that rocked their entire family. This isn't merely rumor. According to our insiders, Jim's son even went so far as to face Chrissy in private and demand explanations. How did she respond? She remained silent, icy and circumspect, the kind of silence that conveys the message. You know exactly what you did, immediately following Jim's podcast meltdown. A mysterious voicemail was leaked online. The voice on the recording was unconfirmed, but it sounds suspiciously like Cameron.com, collected and cryptic. The message hinted at secrets being kept and promises being broken. And it ended with a chilling line. Some things were never meant to be public, but the truth always finds a way. Fans of Dipset began taking sides, with some defending Jim's grief and rage and others wondering if Chrissy was being unfairly pulled into a fight between two of the biggest names in hip-hop. Almost instantly, hashtags went viral on Twitter and Instagram. And Jim the Fifth's, Chrissy, Cameron Night, and Betrayal leaks began trending globally. Memes, reaction videos, and conspiracy theories flooded feeds, ranging from the wildest claims about shady backroom politics and secret deals to the idea that Chrissy was a mastermind. Her posts abruptly shifted from glitzy selfies to mysterious statements about loyalty and truth, which only fueled more rumors. Many people questioned why Jim had waited so long to bring this up, but insiders say it wasn't a random outburst. According to sources close to Jim, he discovered Chrissy was involved in some new shady business with Cameron. Details are still unknown, but it felt like the final straw. The betrayal wasn't just emotional. It was calculated, and it felt like a knife to the back. This scandal threatens to destroy not just friendships, but entire legacies. And to see one of their own blow up in public is devastating. For fans of hip-hop and romance, this adds another layer of drama that makes it harder to distinguish between reality and scripted television. But for those who are paying close attention, it feels more real than ever. Jim's public outburst has opened a can of worms that no one seems ready to close. Chrissy's silence is deafening. Cameron's cryptic voicemail only makes the mystery deeper. Jim's son coming forward adds a whole new twist. What's the truth about that night? What secrets are still buried? Who will survive this messy public betrayal? But this is just the beginning. Here's what we dug up. And believe me, this gets crazier than a reality TV reunion episode on steroids. First off, the so-called camera night wasn't just a casual hangout. According to multiple anonymous sources close to the situation, it was a lavish late-night party filled with industry heavyweights. Wild drinks and a lot of backroom whispers. After Jim Jones blew up on that live podcast, things didn't just simmer down. Nope, they erupted. People were muttering, "Something's definitely off here," as Chrissy was seen laughing a little too closely with Cameron. The insider described it as a powder keg of tension. It wasn't just the typical glamour of hip-hop either. Text messages that vanished before anyone could take a copy. Phone conversations that terminated abruptly when specific individuals entered the room. And private meetings that took place behind closed doors have all been reported. These texts weren't merely flirtatious, according to sources. They alluded to commercial agreements that would upend the Dipset empire. According to reports, Chrissy was more involved behind the scenes than anyone realized, overseeing relationships that might compete with some of the most well-known players in the game. Keep in mind that this goes beyond simple personal betrayal. Power, control, and who actually has the cards are at stake here. Intricate game of luck and renown. Another layer became apparent as the story progressed. Cash. The green stuff, that is. Rumor has it that Chrissy has been accessing financial resources that Jim believed were off-limits. Imagine lavish shopping trips, hidden bank accounts, and even suspected misappropriation of joint venture cash. Jim believed they were partners in everything, according to a person close to him. But it seems Chrissy has been playing a separate game, and that's what stings the most. As anticipated, the public's response was erratic. Fans were analyzing every video, Instagram story, and ambiguous tweet from both sides on social media. One comment said, "Shared Dipset drama. Jim's pain is real, but how much of this is smoke and mirrors?" Chrissy's silence speaks volumes. What's she hiding? Camera night mystery. Another admirer commented. Naturally, memes also began to circulate. Some depict Chrissy as the puppet master twisting ropes in the background, while others ruthlessly mock Jim's emotional response. Fans weren't the only ones responding, though. Former partners and industry insiders started to comment, leaving cryptic clues about unresolved issues and betrayed allegiances. Even several prominent figures close to Dipset privately voiced their amazement at Jim's Dirty Laundry public premiere. The more important question that everyone is asking, what comes next? What is the extent of this fallout? The rumor mill is still going strong, though. Rumors of possible court cases have begun to circulate. According to others, Jim's team is seeking legal advice to investigate potential business contract violations and fraud involving Chrissy's purported side enterprises. Some people think government organizations might even become involved. Jim's son, who is now publicly involved in the drama, has apparently received threats from unidentified individuals telling him to keep silent because of the high-profile nature of the parties, potential financial malfeasance, and the familial element. Threats? That is correct. Actual ones? This controversy is affecting people's nerves in real life in addition to creating buzz online. Chrissy's team, meanwhile, has generally kept quiet but has made a few well-considered remarks on social media. Just enough to stir things up, but nothing that directly addresses the claims. Phrases such as "truth" has a humorous way of truth has a humorous way of coming out, and loyalty is earned, not given. This ambiguous communication further feeds rumors that she is preparing for a more significant disclosure, such as a candid interview or a social media campaign to steer the conversation. It's like watching a chess game when every move is predetermined and there is never a secure calm. Speaking of parts, Cameron's involvement in all of this cannot be overlooked. His enigmatic voicemail alluded to matters that were never intended for public consumption. What more, though, is he concealing? Cameron has reportedly been discreetly negotiating new business agreements, removing himself from the turmoil and observing the drama from the sidelines, according to some sources. Others assert that, evidently with little success, he is serving as a mediator behind the scenes, attempting to maintain harmony between Jim and Chrissy. According to one insider, Cameron may possibly be hiding some shocking information about his own, something that might clear Chrissy or further embarrass the entire crew. The layers continue to accumulate. A complex web of familial betrayal, corporate strife, financial intrigue, and emotional traumas intertwined. And new rumors start to surface just when you believe you've heard it all, such as the assertion that a covert tape of a furious altercation between Jim and Chrissy may soon surface. A tape in which voices rise, accusations fly, and truths are revealed. What's recorded there? Although no one is certain, it has the potential to completely alter everything if it is ever made public. Critics and admirers are divided in the meanwhile. Eventually, several come up and support Jim, referring to him as the wronged king. Some support Chrissy, complimenting her for maintaining her composure and strength in the face of chaos. The others are simply enjoying some popcorn while they wait to see how this story plays out. However, one thing is certain. This scandal will not be resolved very soon. Reputational harm has already been done, and the effects are rapidly becoming apparent. What does this signify for Dipset's future? Then, for the professions and connections that have characterized a time period. Hold on tight, because Part 3 will cover the backlash, legal threats, the escalating family drama, and the potential fallout that could change the course of hip-hop history. You believe that betrayal and envy were the only factors at play here? Rethink your thought. This is an explosive narrative of survival, heritage, and power. The truth is far from over, so stay tuned. Now that we have removed the after years of treachery, dubious transactions, and hushed threats, it's time to face the consequences. Because Jim Jones wasn't only venting when he blew up on that podcast, accusing Chrissy of betraying him following the notorious Cameron night. He was causing a domino effect that is reverberating across the hip-hop community. First of all, the legal storm is developing in a more sinister way than anyone anticipated. Jim's legal team is preparing to bring several lawsuits, according to people close to them. We are discussing slander, embezzlement, and breach of contract. Chrissy's side is believed by Jim's camp. Secret agreements and maneuvers were more than just betrayals of the self. They were blatant acts of corporate sabotage. Think about that, people. Your own partner is sabotaging your enterprise behind your back. The drama unfolds on its own. Chrissy's response, meanwhile, was radio silence. Almost. That is, according to reports, her attorneys delivered cease and desist orders to a number of media outlets that began to delve too far. Although it's a traditional power move, it just serves to confirm the suspicion that she has a severe secret. The public is also taking this very seriously, with fans taking sides like it's a brutal Game of Thrones. Social media is a battlefield. Conspiracy theories, contentious discussions, and memes are commonplace. The hashtag #DiePetDivide is popular. It's true that people are tweeting. Although the entire crew is being torn apart by this family fight, the most devastating consequences may be found closer to home. According to reports, Jim's son, who has already been drawn into the drama, is thinking about leaving the entire spotlight. According to insiders, the strain has been unbearable. More powerful than any diss track could possibly be were threats, intimidation, and the weight of familial betrayal. Additionally, this is not private. Family get-togethers have become chilly, according to sources, with Jim and Chrissy hardly talking. It's devastating and impossible to look away from. according to friends close to the family, like watching a slow-motion train accident. Industry insiders cautioned that Dipset's reputation could suffer greatly in the music sector. According to reports, sponsors and partners are re-evaluating their collaborations. Being in the crossfire of this enormous scandal is something that no one wants to experience. Some artists are even actively separating themselves by implying difficult borders and truths that must not be crossed. This is where things become even messier, though. Rumors of a federal investigation. That's correct, people. The federal government may be poking around. They have reportedly become aware of financial irregularities, questionable transactions, and potential money laundering connected to several of Chrissy's purported side businesses. This issue might transcend well beyond hip-hop rumors if it turns out to be the case. At last, Chrissy spoke up in the court of public opinion. Sort of. She made references to covert plans and those that wished to destroy us during a recent Instagram Live. Although she didn't give names, everyone is aware of who she was referring to. Her remarks were a mix of defensive and enigmatic, prompting supporters to speculate as to whether she was plotting a counterattack or a comeback. Ever the wild card. Cameron added gasoline to the fire by publishing cryptic comments about loyalty and realities that no one was prepared to face. Some people think he would make a statement shortly or possibly conduct a candid interview that would further append the story. What about Jim? With an emphasis on new music and occasional social media statements that allude to hurt, treachery, and resiliency, the man at the center of the storm has been keeping quiet. What does this mean for Dipset's legacy? For years, they were icons and game legends. But now their story is entangled in controversy, betrayal, and possible legal battles. Fans are left wondering if this is the beginning of the end or the end. One recent tweet said, "Sometimes the hardest battles are the ones you fight in silence." Poetic? Sure. Heartbreaking? Definitely. Just a messy chapter in a long story. Here's the thing, rival crews and new artists are keeping a close eye on the drama, with some seeing it as a chance to assert that the spotlight Dipset may be losing. The streets are ablaze with rumors about who will emerge victorious and who will be left behind. But let's not forget the bigger picture. This scandal isn't just about Cameron, Chrissy, or Jim Jones. It's a mirror reflecting the complex, frequently messy intersection of fame, power, and personal relationships in the music industry. It's about betrayal, trust, and what happens when the spotlight becomes too hot to handle. Time will tell. But one thing is certain, this story is far from over. And you better stay tuned because the next chapter could change everything. But before you go, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Jim's explosive accusations? Do you think Chrissy is innocent? Or is she playing a master game behind the scenes? Who do you think holds the real power in this saga, Jim, Chrissy, or Cameron? Please comment below. Don't forget to hit that like button. This is the place for all the truth seekers and drama lovers. So please hit the like button if you're hooked on this drama. And remember to subscribe for more breaking truths and exclusive updates. Thank you for watching, and keep in mind that in the world of fame and fortune, the truth is often stranger than fiction. Okay, family. Now that you've heard the shocking truth behind Jim Jones' explosive accusations and Chrissy Lampkin's alleged betrayal, I want to know what you think. Is this just messy drama? Or is there a deeper game going on? Who's really pulling the strings here? Jim, Chrissy, or Cameron? Share your hottest thoughts and wildest theories in the comments below. Don't hold back. Story as I am, hit the like button to show your support. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell because, believe me, this story is only getting hotter. And you don't want to miss a single bombshell update. Stay tuned, stay woke, and keep in mind that in the worlds of hip-hop and Hollywood, the truth is always juicier than the rumors. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and from Holly Legacy Cameron, related to you, recently uploaded a video.